Hi, my name is Jamie.
Hi, I'm Adam.
And this is an Autekka conclusion video to our comparative look at the 2022 Tesla Model Y versus the 2022 Jeep 4xe Hybrid.
Exactly. Well done. Well done.
I got it correct this time.
That's right.
And in this part, we're just going to review ultimately, where we landed after spending time in both vehicles and, really looking at the idea of Jeep having a vehicle that now really competes with the Tesla Model Y.
Exactly. And as you may have seen a few months ago, we were lucky enough to take both vehicles out on test drives and really get a feel for both of these cars, really understand what they're all about. And Jamie went even deeper and he did all the numbers. And do we have an update for you with these numbers, huh?
It's probably a good thing that the conclusion came out a little bit later, because Tesla has gone and lowered their pricing on the Tesla Model Y, which, as it turns out, and we're going to cover shortly, impacts the numbers that we use to sort of comparatively look at these two vehicles.
Exactly. And we're still not quite sure as to what Tesla's attempt to do here is, but we're looking at a significant decrease of the Tesla Model Y, and whether it may be, the state of the market, the fact that Tesla's just realizing that there's way more supply than demand right now.
And so on that note, for clarity, we originally looked at a 2022 Jeep and Tesla, but in this case, we've updated our numbers. So the Jeep that we're looking at is the 4xe, optioned out with a number of different options to include the one-touch power roof, an option which I really love.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
Color-coded doors, which I think is the 29N package.
Yeah.
As well as the towing group, as well as some upgraded, like the interior color.
I was about to say,
the 22 they called it the Summit.
Yeah.
But in 2023, they don't clearly designate it as the Summit. And then on the Model Y, we went with the same spec as we did 2022, which was, we optioned it out in black, which was a cost option. We also included a towing,
The towing package and the nicer wheels, and the interior, everything else was pretty much standard, right?
Correct, and the wall connector and mobile connector.
That's right.
Yeah.
So jog us through the numbers, Jamie.
Well, yeah, and so basically, if you look at the Jeep, in 2023 pricing on a sort of a tax-included basis, we started with a $63,390 base vehicle, added $9,490 worth of options to it, and then there were some dealer charges and taxes, taxman, which put us at, net of the $2,500 government incentive, $80,194 for a 2023 Jeep thusly equipped.
Yep.
And for the Tesla, and this is at the new Tesla pricing, we went with the aforementioned options. Vehicle now starts at $73,290, and then there's some, dealer fees that Tesla also has. Some of these things are actually government fees too.
Yeah.
And then we add taxes to that, and that's $75,280 vehicle with the connectors at an additional $780, puts us at $85,948.
Bit of a difference?
Yeah, well, so for clarity,
Let's go through that.
The 2022 Tesla Model Y, same equipment, came in at $102,028, taxes included. So on a pre-tax delta basis, we went from $90,290 for the 22 to $75,280.
Yeah.
And so the way that we like to do these things is we like to do forward projections that look at the acquisition cost, and then we add in maintenance and repairs projected based off of the research that we do in the marketplace. And then in this case, just for fun, we also added in projected fuel. And we did this at a projected 20,000 kilometers per annum, which is what
That's pretty fair.
That's what most of the drivers in and around the people that we deal with, actually do on an annualized basis.
Yeah.
And then we also did the split of about 70% in the city and 30% on the highway in terms of fuel consumption. And the reason why that's important is that the Jeep actually runs in all electric under 75 kilometers per hour.
Yeah.
And so, you start to get a much better fuel consumption when it's done on that basis, which again reflects our type of drivers. And moreover, it does also in a sense help the Tesla. I mean, the Tesla doesn't really have that much of a delta between highway consumption and in the city consumption. And so to actually have the Tesla doing more in the city consumption really sort of benefits it on some levels too, actually.
Exactly.
And so when we do this magical calculation, on the 22s, the old numbers that we were looking at a 7-year ownership, 20,000 kilometers per annum, divided monthly back over the course, the Model Y originally came in at a total cost, inclusive of energy, net of future value, at $84,451, putting it at a monthly cost of $1,005. And the 4XE came in at, same credentials, $66,443, divided over a monthly basis on 7 years at $790.98. Now, very importantly, because there's been a price reduction, that $15,000 pre-tax that Tesla has actually, passed on to everybody, reduces Tesla's numbers in the 2023, where the Jeeps materially just haven't changed, down from $1,005 per month to $864 per month. And so, I don't know, it's like Tesla went and did the math that we also did and said, people may not want to pay that much more for a Tesla. And actually, it's very similar now to the Jeep monthly cost.
Everybody's making EVs, right? And all of a sudden, Tesla, you used to see them all over the place and be like, wow, now, you've got Ford, you got Kia, you got everybody coming out there with their either hybrid or their Volvo's coming out right now. Huge, right? Their XC40, I think that's their full electric, right?
Well, they've got a few fully electric models now.
Originally, So you've got options now, right? And I think the market is beginning to realize that. And all of a sudden, that cool factor that Tesla had, like they had cornered in that market, is no longer there. So now, that's the only thing that really stood out for me. It's cool, of course. Like I just love the performance, but that'll get old. You don't have the versatility of, let's say, the Jeep in the Tesla, in my opinion. But the Tesla itself, I would be hard pressed right now, even with the discount. And now they're both like commensurate with, what the Tesla really should have been. They're really comparable in pricing now, but I'd still tend to kind of veer towards the Jeep just simply because of what it is, how nostalgic it is, what it's offering.
One touch roof.
The roof, I was just about to touch on that, and I mean, when it comes down to that's pretty sweet. I mean, you get it in a nice, sweet package, and you can still, like I said in the video, you can take the kids to soccer, you can run and go grab groceries in it, and then, take it off-road if you really wanted to, and you get the benefit of the hybrid, right?
The Tesla actually still has higher projected maintenance repair data than the Jeep does, and it doesn't have anywhere near the amount of moving parts, doesn't have a combustion engine. And the prevailing wisdom was the Teslas were going to be cheap for maintenance and repairs because, the brakes were meant to last a lot longer, the engines, and generally speaking, the engines really don't have any problems. And frankly, the experience thus far has been that Tesla batteries from new have been, very robust.
Yeah.
So it means that none of the maintenance or repairs that are being projected have anything to do with the battery, the electric engines, and really the brakes, which leaves the rest of the car. And that would sort of intimate to me that the rest of the car is really not well put together.
Yeah, so we're looking at perhaps the technology that's in it. We talked about the screen, how long is that going to, we're still waiting to see some kind of evidence to show us really what these maintenance costs are and what they're really pinpointing there, right?
Yeah, and so in truth, I did try to look, and it's very difficult to get from the really pro Tesla team, their honest views, and then there's the really negative Tesla team, and unsurprisingly, they don't say anything good.
No.
And so I haven't personally owned a Tesla. I mean, I've never had a Tesla more than a few days on any given stretch, and so I haven't personally experienced any of these difficulties. But I do find it, I wonder if we change it from 7 years to 12 years, whether there would really be any discussion about wanting to have a Tesla versus a Jeep, because when you get into that kind of a discussion and you get into the potential of having difficulty with, batteries, because, the reality is a Jeep, even if the battery starts to experience problems, it still functions and goes, and you're just getting less efficient Jeep performance. With the Tesla, when there's a battery problem, it's inert. And frankly, the cost of changing Tesla batteries is so exorbitantly high right now that I question whether on an 8-year-old Tesla, if you ran into a real battery problem, whether you would fix the batteries or just scrap it.
Exactly. So your final thoughts, what do you think? Like at the end of the day?
I'm sorry, Tesla lovers. This was a runaway, no question about it. I wouldn't consider a Tesla versus a Jeep in this particular case. I think that hybrid technology, when it's into plug-in hybrid level technology, which it can only get better, for the use case scenarios that we really focus on, where it's people that are doing more than just in the city driving and really cold weather, the Jeep is just super compelling.
Yeah. Let's just put it down to this: the numbers make sense now, right? We can see that there's a bit of a comparison. They're trying, but they're still miles away when it comes down to the convenience factor. You never have to worry about ever running out of any sort of power.
Yeah.
With the Jeep, that is. The Tesla, we still don't know what these maintenance issues are going to be, where they're going to creep up from.
Well, I'm quite happy if you get a lemon.
Well, let's not even go there. That's like $85,000 that you're spending on a car. And again, this is our opinion, but these are what the numbers are showing us. And at the end of the day, I just bang for your buck. I don't think you're going to get anything better than what the Jeep is offering, of course, in comparison to the Tesla.
And so just one last quick note that I wanted to add. It was a mistake on Tesla's part to actually lower the price of the Tesla Model Y permanently. Yeah. They should have actually done a special which temporarily lowered the price until they equalized sort of supply and demand. The reason for it is that means now everybody who owns a Tesla Model Y has actually effectively just taken a big loss. And that loss is some percentage of the discount that's now being provided from Tesla.
Yeah.
And a seasoned manufacturer, would have given a temporary discount to sort of better figure out where the market's ultimately going to land when it normalizes.
Exactly. Go Jeep, go.
Go Jeep.
All right, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching this video from Autekka.
We deal in new and used cars, so for further information, please reach out to us.
Support at autekka.com. Looking forward to hearing from you.